I put the new 4Gs on the Jeep. I put it to the bloody waters that's underneath. Cause I'ma got it down the streets. I need 100 racks inside of me. And I remember hitting the mall with the whole team. Now can't answer the call cause I'm balling. I remember getting the racks in the morning. I was broke down rich, salty. Um, yeah, that's how I be feeling. So, uh, something I've realized is a lot of the stuff I make and do ends up not being that motivational for myself unless it's from a purpose of repurposing. So all of my old music I look back on and like 98% of it just kind of makes me sad. But until I listen to a song and it makes me go, I could do this again. Like let's say the chorus was so good that I'm gonna let it influence my next song, then it starts to motivate me really, very, really, really well because it's almost like I'm paying respects. But motivation on itself is always something I've struggled with so heavily, so strongly, so it's terrible. I think one really big issue is I try to do so many things at once, and in my society, I am told that money is a lot higher value than any of the other things I want to like do. So when there's something I enjoy doing and it brings me money, whether I like it or not, I'm like instinctively doing that more. It's like I'm being externally rewarded for it, but internally, it's like I'm just driven by whatever's gonna externally give me that, right? Which is horrible. That's so bad. Some people suffer really bad where it's external validation, right? Like maybe they made a song, but the outside world hates it, so now they're never gonna make a song again, right? So for me, it's not like that. But if I make a song and it makes a lot of money, it's like I'm gonna keep making. I'm just gonna make a song. So it's like it shuts down all my other walls, and it's like tunnel vision on one thing. The reasons this is bad is because what I genuinely want to do in a day, what I genuinely wake up and then like this right here is what I want to do. That thought will get blocked out, right? If that thought is the sun, there is a cloud going right in front of that and you can't see it no more. And that cloud is saying, "But you make more money off of something else. You want to wake up and do videos today, but guess what? Most of your revenue is coming from music. So why are you doing videos, right?" It'll be things like that. And it's really discouraging because I wish I was internally motivated to do what I wanted to genuinely do, right? But then obviously, what if I genuinely just wanted to go outside for 12 hours and do nothing? That wouldn't really benefit me monetary wise or like success wise, like any of that. So it is good to have a limit somewhere where it's like, yes, if I want to do this for 12 hours and end up having nothing out of it, maybe I shouldn't do that for 12 hours, right? So it's good to limit. But when it's literally changing what I'm doing, it starts to get really annoying. Like I wake up and I genuinely want to do something, but then it's like, no, I'm not going to do it because I will feel better if I do something else, but not because I'll feel better. It's because externally I'm getting a bigger number. So that makes me feel better, even though it kind of doesn't. It makes me feel empty. Oh, diamonds on me look like lemonade. One strong thought I've had recently is the question of what would I do if like social media wasn't a big thing? And not the way you're thinking, because you might be thinking like, oh, I would spend more time outside or something, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about motivation wise, influence wise. There's some times where I am not feeling happy, where I'm not feeling motivated, I'm not feeling inspired. All of these words that are special, not here, right? I am not having any of them. All of these attributes are not attached to me at a certain moment, right? So during that moment, what really helps is maybe a certain song, maybe learning about a certain person or a certain artist, a certain influential figure, right? Spending time consuming content that was made from a person who is inspired by stuff inspires me. So what would I do without that? There are so many times where I'm making a song while Joe Bart's stream is playing on the side. What would I do without that? Back when I was in school, if I didn't have my AirPods in, gang, it would have been a nightmare. What's really cool is that I could get thrown back into school right now and it wouldn't be a bad nightmare. And that's amazing to think about, to know that I've grown. But I still am stuck on the fact of what would I have done if during my initial stages of, going to school and being in public and all that stuff, if I couldn't listen to music, dude, I'd be cooked. That would be it. That would be it. I don't know. This big world of creativity and influence and people doing cool things and actually like enjoying it. It really has always been the core feel that pushes me forward, right? Like I would be in school and I would be so scared to talk to people. I feel like everyone would hate me and make fun of me, right? Which isn't true. That's not what would happen. But that's how I felt. I coped by listening to so much music and then also making music too. So that became the thing. Like I would make a ton of music, I would go to school and write more, and then also listen to the music that I made, and then go back home and make more music, make the stuff that I wrote at school. Like it would just be this constant loop to keep me grounded, right? If I wasn't doing that, this is what I'm talking about. What would I be doing? If I wasn't able to listen to music all day at school, I probably wouldn't have half of the stuff I made. And it's insane to think about. Like, what would I have done, right? If I couldn't have Joe Bart up on the side while I'm making music, I might have not have made so many songs. So there's like two ways to look at this. Is this bad that I need external stuff to feel motivated, right? Like it sparks something internally. It's not like, okay, money. It's not like money. Money is a pure external thing because it's a number that doesn't actually affect you. But externally, if there's people that say something that unlocks a key in my heart, that's internal and external, I would say. I would say it's a little bit of both, right? So even though it seems external because it's like I'm watching something, technically it's like lighting this flame inside of me that's helping me come up with new stuff internally. So it's like a little bit of both. I don't know if that's just me coping with it, but I do then genuinely see it from that objectively. So it's a little bit mixed. The big goal, honestly, is probably to be like self-sufficient, right? I do think that can come with some disadvantages though, because you might be so self-sufficient that you are blind to external things. Imagine if I went to school and I was so satisfied with everything going on that I didn't feel a need to latch on to this other inspiration. If I just went normal, I also wouldn't have made the stuff. So it kind of goes both ways. So if I wasn't able to have the influence, I wouldn't have made stuff. But also if I didn't need it, I wouldn't have made stuff. So making stuff for me, personally, happens when there's a few factors going on. Obviously nowadays, it's a lot more spontaneous. Like it can be a mixture of factors or it could be no factors. It's kind of like I am in control now. I got the joystick. But back in the day when it was first starting, it was a way to like myself when the world didn't. I felt, hated on. I felt like I was an oddity. I felt like I was abnormal in the reference of everyday life. So what did I do about that? I made stuff that I thought was cool. So if I make something that I thought was cool, then that would mean I'm low-key cool. So even though everyone else doesn't know that, I know that. So it made me more confident. It made me more okay with myself and what I did. But then like a day would go by. I would wake up in the morning the next day and it's gone. Like I'm not even kidding you. This still happens now. Every single day. Like I don't understand how some people are the same. Like it almost feels like there's this line going of who they are. They go to bed and wake up and it's just the same, if that makes sense. I'll try to explain that a little bit better. For me, it will be like I'll go through my day and this line will go up towards like the end of the day. And that's when I'm like really locked in and I'm finally inspired to do like everything I ever want. Like right now it is almost 11 p.m. And this is the time when I'm like, I want to make a video. So it just always happens like that. So towards the end of the day, it starts to go up and I start to become like my peak self. And I'm like, yo, this is my most creative, my most influential, whatever, productive. I don't know. I'm pretty productive during the day, but it's like, this is when it's like my mind is active. But I go to bed and I have like some pretty vivid dreams sometimes. So that will be even harder to recover from in the morning. But let's say I don't have a dream. It will go from here to like still down here. It will go pretty low. And then in the morning, it's just like getting out of that is like very difficult. And then I get to a certain point where it's like a baseline where I'm not like how I was last night, but it would just be like, I would be like normal. But then again, the night comes and it starts to go up. So it's like this boom, 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 you know, like the roads in Michigan. It's just boom, 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 right? So it's not steady enough. But I've been seeing other people where it's like the exact same energy they had the night before, they wake up with. It's like the same person. A lot of that could be a facade. It could not be real, but it's like it's pretty annoying because it's like what I want. I do think it's cool to like low key have like two different mindsets all the time, is because I can view the stuff I make in different headspaces, right? So it is kind of a positive in that sense. Like if I make something at my peak last night, then the next morning when I'm not at my peak, I can still listen to it and understand that it's like a different mind frame. It's like a whole different it's like a whole different energy. It's like a different color. It's like it's everything is just like I'm able to see it, you know? Where if I'm at a peak and I listen to something where I made my song also at the peak, it's like it'll feel like the same. Does that make sense? I feel like I worded that a little bit badly, but when I'm not on the same mood level, I will view the other mood levels that I was on previously or I will be on next as like a fan almost, right? Like if I release a song and a fan listens to it, they're going to listen to it the same way I do in the morning after I make the song, right? When I'm back on that low and I'm not in the same mind frame that can make the song, it's basically like a whole different person. But I don't want to sound crazy when I say that. I don't think there's actually multiple people in my freaking head, but it feels like my eyes are are producing something that I cannot make the next day, right? Okay, whatever. We're past that. We're past that. The issue is motivation. Okay, when it's constantly a level like this, it's very annoying when it repeats. Because today, what I did is I was like, I'm just not gonna go on my freaking technology or anything because the past few days has been pretty annoying, and I've been upset with myself, and I distracted myself through playing like Roblox or whatever, right? Like I just distract myself. So today I woke up and I'm like, I'm not going to distract myself. So I didn't. And I went out and read a book, and I think I showered and stuff. So it was like I did all of this without distracting myself and just living in the moment. And that helped a lot. But it still wasn't like you would expect that to bring me up to here. But it's like it doesn't. It's just like a normal day. It just saved time basically. Like normally when I'd be laying in bed rotting and being like, how am I going to get out of bed? This time, that time was cut short, but it was like I was still the same after. It wasn't much different. So obviously I'd rather save the time. It was definitely a good move, but it's like it doesn't solve the problem. It still was very persistent. Sometimes it's even worse. The reason I've had a bad day the past couple days has been because of my dreams. I will have a very vivid dream, and it's not necessarily bad, but it will just invoke a very strong emotion, maybe of like helplessness, maybe of I'm lost or something, right? It's not like I'm getting killed or chased or something, but it's just something bad. Well, the other day it was pretty bad. It was like one of my fears. It like this doesn't happen very often in a dream, but it was pretty bad, man. I have a big fear of driving, and I had another dream where I got hit by a car. So it's like I wake up and I don't feel normal. I wake up and I don't feel okay. I'm like, oh my god, I almost feel traumatized. Like it's so difficult. Like I'm supposed to wake up and just get onto my daily routine after I just had the most like vivid scene of me getting like I got clipped by a vehicle, 200 pumped to the head, fell over it, tumbled into the windshield, and then I wake up and it's like that I'm just supposed to live. Like, dude, it's so irritating how that happens. It's like a jump scare in the middle of my day. It's like, gang, I had plans the next day, and now all my plans I'm going to be thinking about the whole time is how I got hit by a car last night, you know? Like, it's like, dude, can you go away? So that kind of kills my motivation pretty bad. Another thing too is like existing low-key. Another big problem is like I just don't like myself too much, right? Like I like what I can do, I like what I can say, I like how I can help people, I like how I can make stuff, but I don't like this, right? This right here, this person, bad, right? Don't like it. That plays a pretty big part because when you are legitimately living inside of a body that you don't want, it's pretty difficult to do anything, right? As you can probably imagine, it's very limiting in how my mind works. This obviously though could be fuel to the fire. This is the same that same hatred of myself is how I've made so many songs, why I'm even making videos in the first place. So there still are pros onto it. There are still pros, I guess. But overall, where's the motivation though? Like my motivation is not going to be because I hate myself. I'm not going to be like, hey, I think I'm ugly today. Let's make a video talking about how ugly I am, right? I've done that like 2 times. But out of every single day I'm alive, it's like, that's not that many. Two is a very tiny number. And also, every single day, I don't want to be making videos about how much I hate myself. I don't think that will be fulfilling to anyone. I don't think the people who watch that will be happy. I don't think I will be happy. It's just not fun to talk about how much I don't like myself. So I'm not going to do that. But it gets in the way, like, a lot. There are so many times I plan to make a video, especially in a cool spot that isn't right here, right? Like if I want to go outside or something, I put the camera up, right? I put my phone and I can see myself in the phone and I instantly go like, no. I will just be hit with this feeling of like, I don't want anyone to see that. You know, anything I had to say, any plan I had to do, any emotion I wanted to invoke from the video just is scrapped. It's just gone. All because I looked at myself and said, that's not who I want people to see. So it gets in the way, like, all the time, like, very, very often, which is unmotivating, right? Let's go. We're learning now. One big thing when I was starting music was numbers, right? So back to the whole external thing. Numbers are completely external. Completely. They have nothing to do with you unless you're in the middle of an advertising campaign and your numbers spike and they're doing good. That means you've done something right. So then obviously it might like relate to you. But I'm talking, if I released a song and it did good, I would feel better about myself. When I had no control, it was the algorithm. The algorithm is dictating the mood I have. That's not good. That's not fun. That's not healthy. Unfortunately, I think it comes from this sense of self that almost has to prove something. Like the way this world is set up right now, like America, not it, gang. It might be it for some people, but it's like, dude, what I'm trying to do, this is like low-key hell. I'm just thankful I get to have like a house and food, you know, and a family. I'm thankful for all of that. But the whole structure of society got me dead, bro. It's almost a joke. Bro, what's going on? I'm having dreams about dying in car crashes bi-weekly, and then people think I don't have a car because I'm not doing good monetarily, right? They think they're in a movie, and there's always one reason why something's going on, right? They look at the people around them, and they go, they're missing something that I'm told is pretty important. And I'm also told they're missing it because of this reason. So I'm just going to assume that's the reason. It's like, dude, it makes sense from a rat brain, from an animal. Like, if my dog thought that way, I would be like, good job thinking, you know? But, like, humans are supposed to be smarter than that, but they're not. They act like they're in a freaking season of a... We're not in a sitcom. I don't know what a sitcom even means, but we're not in one, okay? This is... There's just some real stuff that goes on, and it annoys me when people belittle all the stuff without even knowing, like, I have freaking the worst experiences all the time, and that restricts me from doing certain things, and then people see the restriction, and they're like, let me do my investigative work to pin what this might mean, instead of asking me, instead of, you know, just not worrying about it. Like, I don't know, it's like everyone is in this competition mode, almost, it seems like. Everyone just wants to compare and be better than each other, right? Oh, you don't have this? That's because you're not as good. That's because you're not as successful, right? Like, it's all these stupid things. When in reality, it's like, no, maybe I don't have a car because every time I'm driving a car, I think about how bad I want to crash it. I think about how every single tree I pass could be the tree that my body launches into from the windshield, right? I think that's the tree where my head could go boom on. 5 big booms, guys. Every single. Like, can I get Basically, I don't like myself, and when my life is in my own hands, all I can think about is how much I don't like myself. Whoa, guys, crazy. This is like we're basically doing rocket science here, right? So it's not that hard to comprehend why this might happen in my brain, okay? But I just get so annoyed when the outside world tries to pin me like I'm a character from a cartoon who has one certain thing about them, right? Like, it's like, dude, it's not that simple. But the reason all of that is unmotivating is because I feel like everyone is in a perspective that is handed to them. Everyone is taught what is good and bad instead of actually like understanding anything. It's very annoying because when I do anything, I have to be under the assumption that people are at least kind of smart. You know, they have a little bit of common sense. But then whenever I do anything, I end up finding out that that's not true. It's not true. Like people don't be thinking. I could make a 3-minute song about how much I love frogs. Every single line is just, I love frogs. I love them so much. I want every frog in existence to be in my life because I love frogs so much, right? And then I could have one line in the song where I'm like, imagine if I stepped on a frog. Not even saying I did, not saying I would. I could be like, imagine if I did. It would make a sound like splat. But I won't do that, right? I could say that in the song. I could say that part. Imagine if I stepped on a frog, it went splat, but I wouldn't do that. That part could be put in a 3-minute song about how much I love frogs. And people are going to listen to the song and think that I'm going to step on a frog. Like it's like that's what their brain goes to. They see the one line and they're like, oh. I don't know, gang. It's so irritating to me. Like, can people not see a full picture anymore? Like, if I show you a picture of when I graduated, you're just gonna, like, see one pixel and be like, why is it all blue? Like, it's like, gang, zoom out. Like, taking the whole view for a second. Not to catch a stray here, but, like, my mom always did this really bad. That's always what pops into my mind when I say something like that. I would voice my feelings about something going on, and it would be like this paragraph of stuff, right? At least like 10 sentences. And she will pick one little thing, and that's what she responds to. That's it. That's it. Like that's it. Like, am I going crazy? It turns out, no. It turns out someone else might have been, but not me. You know, I'm sure that's very relatable because since that has happened, because that was like years and years ago, but I still think of it because other people have related that and voiced that also happens to them with their parents. But geez, oh my, how is anything supposed to be taken seriously or taken with like weight? Like basically, I want to release a song and have it be impactful. How is it going to be impactful if every punch it hits, people are only feeling like the tiniest little bit of skin? They're literally feeling like they're feeling that much of my finger, but it's like boom. That's what I'm trying to do. Every single song has like 100 words, and they're all like boom. And then people only get hit by one. They get hit by 2 words, and they're like, like it's like Okay, I took a drink of water and I walked around for a second. I think I've come to a conclusion. I am my biggest critic. And that's what everyone's told. I'm going to judge myself more than anyone else will. But I am also the one who makes the stuff. I'm the one who, wants to do anything. So I'm the one who wants to do all of it. I'm the one who ends up doing it. And then I'm also the one who judges it. In a normal person life, that's not always the case. Like when I had my job at a restaurant, I was being told to do something instead of wanting to do it. I was the one doing it though, but also I wasn't the one really judging it. Like I was judging it to an extent, but also it didn't really matter to me because it was my job. It was like, yeah, I'm going to clean and make it look good, but like not as good as I would my room because it's just a job. I'm not living there. So it's like 1.5 out of the 3 things, which is half. That's half of the criteria to go insane, right? Or whatever it leads to, I don't know. But if I don't care what the world says and I'm going to make stuff because I like it, I become what gets in the way. If I got to wake up and then scroll through some comments that my brain left for me, right? Like the amygdala, the hippocampus, if all of them started leaving different comments depending on like whatever they're good for. Like if one's good at sad music, it'll be like, oh, I really like this song because it was sad. Like simple stuff like that. But if it was motivating and like lovely stuff, I would see that and I would be like, that's what's up. That's why I'm going to make more. But instead what goes on is I wake up and even though I've done cool stuff, it's behind me. I'm not looking at it no more. I wake up in the morning and for some reason, it's just everything's new. It's like I was birthed again. It's like just everything's new to me. And my first thought is always, why am I here? Like, it's like, why am I waking up, gang? All the time. It's like, what? I wish I never had to go to bed so I could just stay on this constant state of like, we're here. But whenever I go to bed, I wake up and it just resets. And it's like, why are we here? So basically what I'm trying to say is like, I'm my biggest critic. So I'm what I'm trying to perform for, but I also am what I'm trying to do anything for. But then at the same time, it's like I'm only doing stuff for me in the future as well, but it's based off of stuff from my past. So it's like how many of me is there? Too many. That's what I think. In order for me to be motivated, what I do has to be from me, but it also has to be something that I genuinely think will be really cool and fun and good. When I do it, it has to also be me that does it. But I have to be in a state of mind where I'm willing to do it, which recently hasn't been a daily thing, right? There's a lot of background days where I spend a lot of time writing or editing or doing stuff that doesn't involve my face or actual like thought. So when I'm actually doing something like right now, it's because I wanted to, I'm willing to. I'm in the me right now that can do it. So I went down and did it. But then post it, judging also has to be like in a good space, but also for a good reason, and also not too judgy because it has to be like open to stuff. But like, how are you going to be open to stuff if you're also me? Like, it's like, you know what's going on. So like all three of those things get met during those prime hours, right? Which isn't every day. I act like it's every single night that I'm like popping and up, but it tends to be this down in the morning, up at night. And it's like a slow scale as the day goes on. So what's very annoying is that at the end of the scale, that's when I'm the most motivated, but it's also when I'd be the most likely to create something. Like I'm going to write, like I'm going to do something. I'm going to be the one doing it, right? So those are two of the things. During my prime of the day, I'm most likely to task myself with something, come up with a new idea and want to actually do it. I'm more likely to do the idea because I feel like I'm in the mind frame where I'm going to be able to do it successfully. Like when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like I can go make a video because I'm like, I just woke up, and I feel like I just woke up. I'm all the way down here. But when I'm up here, I feel like I can do that. I also feel like I can make a new video. I feel like I could judge it really good as well. That's a third one. I feel like I could look back on my other videos and be like, that's what's up when I'm up here. But then down here in the morning, I look at my other videos and I'm like, what would I say? How horrible. So I hope you can see where I'm coming from. I hope I said the perfect words in the right order that make sense. I do kind of see a benefit, like what I was saying, is having those separate perspectives of mind where it almost feels like you're a different person up here than you are down here. That's beneficial sometimes, especially when you're creating things. But at the same time, I would love to wake up and want to do things. That's the one thing I really want so bad. I want to wake up and feel even better than I did the night before and not have it be the other way around. And it's like this whole entire day is just a mountain climb up to feel how I did last night. Normally, I know what video I'm going to make long before I make the video. But today, I didn't really know what video I wanted to make. I have so many ready, but I was thinking, I'm not in a great state to make a video. But then I made a video and it was good. Like I'm in a good state right now. Like I can think, I can process, I can talk. I'm not jumbling up my words pretty bad. So it's like I'm good. But for some reason, I discredited myself. Before I made the video, I'm like, I'm not going to make a video I have written because I don't think I'll do a good job. So instead, I'm going to come up with a new topic and just spitball, right? And that's what I've done. And it was good. So I don't know why I'm like thinking I'm so bad. I think I deserve more credit. And I don't want to forget it every single morning. I don't want to wake up and forget everything I've ever done. And I don't want to have to go remind myself every day, like what am I? Like, I'm not like, I don't want to feel like more than a person, right? I want to feel like a person, but I don't want to feel like a meaningless one. I don't want to feel like just another number. just another number. It's really annoying too. I've been trying to make friends, and I've had some friends for over a year now, which is pretty good for me because a lot of other people like just aren't on the same level as me. A few years ago, I would have a lot of friends, but they would like hang out and just be on TikTok the whole time. Guys, we're getting nothing done by doing that. When you come over my house just to go on TikTok for hours and show me funny memes, guess what we get done? Zero. Nothing. Right? And I know life is not all about getting stuff done, but like after a few days, it low-key is, bro. I want to look back on stuff and remember and laugh, not be like, oh, that's a funny TikTok. Like shallow. So I found more people who are more driven to stuff, but apparently not as much as me because they never do stuff still. Right? I have people that I plan stuff with. Like I have a friend who's a streamer and we try to plan certain fun things, but it never goes well because he never does it. So I want to make friends. I want all these good friends, but how am I supposed to have friends when all of them don't want to do anything? Everyone wants to sit on TikTok all day and then get mad at me for not having friends. Like, it's like, okay, they're not mad at me, but it's like people point out the fact where it's like, you don't have friends. And it's like, well, I do have friends, but every time I talk to them, they just want to play Fortnite. I don't want to play Fortnite. So yeah, I'm a little unmotivated, but like, I think sometimes I just need to do it, gang. Like right now, when I just made the video, when I'm like, I'm just going to make a video, sat down and make the video, it worked. So shut up, Blake. Ah! But yeah, so let me know any tips you got for motivation, whatever that means. I don't know, like how to help or something. I don't know. Just something about it. Let me know. Or comment something else, like your favorite color. Comment how to spell motivation. Just comment something because it like helps. Like the video too, because that also helps. Subscribe because that helps even more. Just I'm selfish today. Do all of that. Subscribe for more. There's gonna be a lot more. Listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blakey. Run it up.